Still waiting on one. But we can go ahead and proceed with presentations, and by the end of that, we should that last person. So first off, thank you everybody for joining us. It's always nice to get away to somewhere a little bit cooler than the border. I think yesterday I was working on a fun project, but it meant that I was outside all day, and either that or in production facilities where it's almost as hot as it is outside. So it's very nice to drive up to Ruidoso today. So thank you to the Village of Ruidoso for hosting us. Really appreciate over here. Really appreciate you guys hosting us today. Just a couple of quick announcements. We've got some new members since our last meeting. We have Chantel Mares. Chantel is here or online. All right. And then Stephen Scott.
Good afternoon, Stefan Scott.
Oh, welcome. Thank you for joining us, Stefan.
Thanks so much for having me.
And Marissa Valdez, who I don't believe is here yet. So thank you for accepting the invitation to join our board. We'll have there's a learning curve, but we've got a lot of educational stuff for you to bring you up to speed. But please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions on anything. Happy to help.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Also, we had a few board members. Their time has expired on the board. Patricia Chavez and Alex Greenberg. So just wanted to, they're not here today, but point them out and thank them for their time and effort over the last couple of years on this board. All right. We've got our first presentation. It's the National Dislocated Worker. Oh, okay. We'll go ahead and do the Village of Ruidoso recovery efforts and updates. We have the mayor. Do you want us? Right up here. He's coming to the congregations.
We're going to bring our village manager up and deputy manager. So I was told that we could talk about several different things. One of them is, of course, housing. And thanks to the secretary and the governor and a few others, we've been able to start several different projects you've seen. We worked for, well, the village has worked for over 20 years to try to put in some new kind of a housing development. Not just affordable, but something that's workplace. People that work in the community that can afford to live there, that type of thing. So over the past, I don't know, 5-6 years, the village has been very active in trying to purchase property. So we had to stack different grant programs. We used to call it a cocktail funding until we were told to call it stacking. So and Ron's great about this. And so it's taken quite a few years to be able to get in a position. And then through the goodness of a lot of our folks' hearts that have lived here for many years, that bought property, have sat on it for 40 years or plus. They could have got a lot more money out of it retail wise, you know, at market rate. They reduced it to what we could afford, basically. So we've sat on this property. We were able to go for a 9% tax credit program. Took us 3 years to get that put through with the right company. It's very difficult. It's a labor intensive process. You still have to have your matching between a 20% Section 8 voucher program, and then the village owning the property. We were able to keep some of the costs down so that we can keep the affordability there. So as you can see, we like probably what, about another 6 to 8 months on that one project. And it's just very difficult. We have another project down the street, 603 Meacham, where we put in a lot of modular homes, and we've been very active in conferences. And did somebody say something? That we've gone to different conferences looking at different types of building, try to get that square foot price down where we can keep them in the workforce housing affordability range. So these modulars and cross mods have been very impressive. They really have. And so we've got a unit with 10 of those over here. Yes, we've had a few issues with landscaping and engineers that, you know, their retaining walls failed and things of that nature. But these are things that we work into. So again, it's not really a good position for a village, a municipality, and this is just my opinion, and I think they'll back me up, to be in the development business. That's not what we want to do. So without lack of outside money coming into the community and developing, we had to do it. And so that's what we've done. And so we're short in a lot of positions, as is the county. Businesses that I have and have ran, we don't have enough employees. When you talk to the businesses downtown, same thing. They don't have enough staff. We're asking, why don't you stay open past 5 o'clock? And they say, well, because I'm working 6-7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I barely get a lunch break. And so now we're going to take Tuesdays off too. And so this just slows our economy down. We haven't even got into the racetrack being gone. But one of the questions that is always posed to me is, I know that person, why are they on unemployment? And I don't know that they are, but they're getting income from somewhere and we don't know how they're working. And when you offer them jobs, they say, I don't want to do that. So we need to really encourage people to get back into the workforce. I don't know how we do that. Used to, it was a paycheck was enough. Now everybody wants a modified work schedule, and it's hard to work from home when you're in the food and beverage business. So, you know, we have a lot of hurdles that we're trying to overcome. So we've been fortunate. We stay after it. It's difficult. We have to attract outside investors. So we've been fortunate to attract those guys, and they just don't come to any community. They want to see a community that's moving forward. They pay attention to our, you know, just like everything these days, there's always a camera. There's always a microphone. Somebody's listening to something. And so they listen to the council meetings. They listen to our workshops, and they want to see cohesion. They want to see moving forward. They want to see planning before they invest in your community. And so we had a pretty wild and reckless election cycle this last time, thanks to Facebook and other social media heroes that put in stuff, and they were really worried about how tumultuous it is, because you all know that it's easy to get in the ditch and it's hard to get out. It takes years to get out. So they were wanting to make sure that we were going to move through with continuity. What you're looking at is continuity. Ron's not going to be here forever, even though we beg him to stay. Out of the goodness of his heart, he could have retired already. He stays because he knows we've got a job to do. We're fortunate enough to bring on Heath with all his knowledge and expertise to kind of segue into that. We're always looking for good employees. So to make the village move forward, and I'll leave some other stuff for these guys to talk about, is that we have to make the workplace more attractive. We have to have places for these people to live. And it needs to be affordable, safe, and the village has gone through a transition on real estate where it went crazy. My wife's in real estate, and I could not believe we had short-term rentals, and they were doing good. And I wasn't going to sell them, but they were a pain. And when she told me what these people had a cash offer for, I couldn't believe it. I said, for both of them? And she said, no, for one. And so we sold them. It was a nuts, crazy time. So that has slowed down a little bit to where we're getting back into the realm of believability. It's still not affordable for these people. So I know there's a lot of different programs, and I'll let Ron, he can mention that the state has offered that we're looking at that are attractive, that we're trying to educate, you know, our citizens on how they can apply for these things and how they actually can get some of these grants. We're excited about the CDBG that Heath probably will talk about, the DR program that's coming to town. There's for Chavez and Lincoln counties. That's way overdue. We thought that was going to be here 2, 3, 4 months ago. And so we're excited about that. But again, we appreciate everything you do. We couldn't have gotten anywhere without you guys on so many of these things because we were always short on funding. And then, you know, we were able to get through. So that, thank God for great budgets and our audit findings that we don't have any of, and our staff that takes care of all those things. That without that, we would have never been able to get this far. So anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for having us, and thank you, for being here. Who wants to go next? Ron?
I'll go next. Might lose my voice, but I'll try talking. Again, thank you to Secretary Nair, and as the mayor stated, one thing we're doing at the village is we're doing an internship program with college and high school kids, and we really brought in a lot, and we're giving them the experience. We're trying to attract them to the village to come and work for local government. Who doesn't want to work for local government? I mean, it's been great. It's been a great career for me, and I know that my staff, everybody, we work hard with the village of Ritos. We're busy. And just want to go over what we're doing is we're really aggressive on going applying for grants. We were fortunate. We were Water Trust Board this year. We're awarded close to $44 million of Water Trust Board projects. We're gonna be using these funds there in areas that were flooded and destroyed, and Colonias, we've never were able to apply for Colonias. We applied for an emergency Colonias grant. We were awarded $4 million. Then we applied for another $11 million, and we were just awarded on that. So that's again is going to work on infrastructure, roadways that have been damaged from the floods, heavy equipment driving through our roadways, water systems, sewer systems, and then we've been applying to. We have an EDA grant application out there too. We can't wait. We're in the final stages of that, and that's going to be another great project. And I feel good about it, but I hope we do get funded, and then we'll provide more additional information. We received a RAISE grant through the state aviation. It's a rural air service grant. We have flights now from Ruidoso one way to Denver, round trip. So we do have that, and that's been great to be able to showcase for our community and have tourists. And we had the Ironman here, and we want Xteris coming in, and we're trying to get people to get on that flight and come to Ruidoso. Secretary Nair will have to put you on a Denver flight and it's a great rate too. So we're excited about that happening, and we continue to work with the Department of Transportation. We're working on right now. We're doing a roadway project. It's a Cutler repaving project, and again, that's bringing grocery seats into the community. Your projects, as the mayor stated, you can tell the economy in the evenings, like after 5, when restaurants were filled and the traffic on the racing days, seeing that not there as it was, and we're feeling it. But we're trying to bring these other along with projects that brings in gross receipts tax. So when you have the contractors pay the gross receipts tax in the village, but we're working hard, and we're trying to continuing on. We'll be more housing projects. We have applications out there, and we want to continue to build. So we have a shortfall of homes here in the village of Ruidoso. We're hoping in November, December timeframe that we'll have our 9% tax credit, 72 unit apartment complex open. And we don't want to see anybody leave the community, because the impact is also on the school district. Because they've had a shortfall on kids in the school district, and just not a place to live, affordable place to live here in the village of Ruidoso. So, but we'll continue working hard, and we're always with the village. When I started, we were less than 200 employees, and we've added a lot of positions to be able to have went through a different focus of how we want to manage the village, and we're up to 250 employees. So I mean, those are great jobs that provide benefits, and you have your para, your health insurance, and retirement. So we'll continue to move forward, and we do. It's a great opportunity, again, as I mentioned, to work for local government. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. As I said, my name's Heath Overbowling. So to touch on what Mayor and Ron just talked about, so we are still going through an active recovery, right? We're 2 years in, and we've got many more years to go. One of the things that we are focusing on, as Ron just mentioned and alluded to, is the loss of housing. That didn't affect just the village, that affects the county, right? That means there's no properties that are going to get assessed at what they were assessed before. We're talking about 1,500 properties that will no longer be in that pool of funding. And that affects everybody. Yes, it affects all the school districts in the community. So one of the things that we're also focusing on is working with the county through the buyout program that they have through NRCS. This is the largest buyout program in the history of the United States, $230 million. We're looking at, the county is looking at 250 homes right now that they're appraising to move through. We're gonna be, the majority of those are gonna be coming right through the heart of Ruidoso. And that's gonna impact our community. We're hopeful that we can turn this sore spot into a bright spot by turning those into green spaces that we can make connectability, to have walking trails and have more of that green space and more of that green environment. So it's a blight that we're gonna try to turn into a positive thing for our community and for the county. You know, and also talking about workforce, solutions, we have a great partnership with ENMU, your host here today. They help us with water training, water class training, CDL training, those kind of partnerships that we need at the village at this level, great to have in our backyard, right? ENMU has been a great partner for us. And so we're navigating through all of this recovery, trying to make sure that the mayor's vision, Ron's vision for the last 5+ years, that's what's inspired me to come down here. I actually came from the state. I worked for Homeland Security and Emergency Management. And I'd spent the last 2 years off and on down here working with these guys side by side from the state side. And I appreciated all the work and the vision that they have to move this community forward. And I want to be a part of that. So I think it's a testament to, again, to their efforts, that we will move forward and we will recover and we'll be stronger for it. So just want to thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions on the floor?
Thank you very much. It's been disheartening to watch everything that's gone on in this community as a result of some of the catastrophic events. But hearing some of the major barriers being housing, workforce development, and infrastructure recovery, are there specific barriers in those 3 areas that you would like us to understand a little bit more about?
Well, some of these, and I'll let Ron, he's more the expert, but both these guys are more than I am. But just from my point of view, dealing with FEMA, we're still waiting on reimbursements of nearly $4 million from 2024. So when we have matching that comes up, it stresses us a lot just with the programs that are FEMA obligated right now, $49+ million that's coming out of engineering. You're looking at our 25% match, we're looking at around $13 million. And we've got that much more in the pipeline coming out. So if you do, and you look historically around the community, around the United States, you'll see communities that get started, get in the middle, and then they don't finish. And you have a lot of them that you see has never finished the programs all over Texas, Louisiana, especially. We're getting phone calls from Utah, Hawaii, California. That was a surpriser. From Malibu, those areas, just like, how are y'all doing these things already? Because we were told this isn't going to happen for 7 years, 10 years. So we worked as a coalition with the whole region, the tribe, the county, Ruidoso Downs, the city, individuals that have put up things together to show a lot of unity, a lot of fortitude. And that's what it's back. But the problem is cash, and it's the funding. It's the matching that we're able to get it done. And then I know we have a lot of contractors that, there's only a limited amount of those. And so we're fortunate to have some here right now, but it's the delays in progress that while we're putting these things together, getting all the permits, certain areas, you've all heard of the NEPAs and the FONSIs and all the different things that go over. And when you're looking at a severely impacted area, the fire burn may have been there, but it's rebuildable. And it was all burned up. There's nothing there really anymore. We've cleaned off a lot, and to be able to bypass some of those things, to get quicker approvals on those things so we can get people back in those homes. That's some of the things I've seen. And then just making sure that we're working on, some of the square footages that are coming back are pretty expensive. And so working as a group together, and by a group, I mean the state of New Mexico and maybe Colorado and a few other states, we can throw property insurance in there. Right now, I got a stack on my desk of my insurance. They just quoted me $12,000, and I have a $300,000 house. and I can't afford it. What do I do? So we go to, the Fair Act plan, and that's not a great plan. So, and it's been improved, but we still have a lot of work to do. So that's just a few of the issues that I see. Do you guys have any
I'm
more?
gonna say on FEMA side is, as the mayor stated, on past disasters, because we've had several disasters. We had a disaster, 1783, and that was the Hurricane Dolly flood. That was 2008, so that's been. But the match on that one was 17 from the state, 8% or 18 from the state, 7 from the village, 75 from FEMA. Now we're having to cover the whole 25%. FEMA 75, we're 25. I don't know where we get the additional 12 and a half. We don't have our general fund. We used a lot of our cash reserves when we had the disasters. We're still owed at least $4 to $5 million from 24 from that disaster. So those are the tough situations that the mayor and council have to decide when we're budgeting and when we do other projects is, because you have to pay that funding up front, and then you get reimbursed at the back end when you finish your audit, do your final audit and all of that with FEMA. So we don't know. There's times we're gonna get to a point where we're down, we have to have a 1/12 on our general fund, per DFA, per state statute, and how are we gonna operate? That's what keeps us up at night, is knowing if we're gonna have that reserve to be able to move forward, so.
For the last 10+ years, 12, even more than that, we were at 3/12 savings is what the village would put in to try to get out of the ditch that we were in before. And we've made it 2/12 savings to help us catch up. And then we've been super active in grant writing, and we've recruited those type of people to get in. And I mean, we know this is so important economically that we've looked for months, almost a year, for the right economic development director. And we've got Laura Price in the back that we're onboarding her so that we can start with, Economic Development Corp. We can start looking at LEDAs and TIDs and all these other things and bringing in whatever the governor at the time or before it was outdoor economic activity, now it's science, exploration, drones, stuff like that. So how do we fit into that? And so we're looking at economically, and then that's when we'll be working with Ryan and the folks here at the college they are great at tailoring training for what we need. You may be a certification program, it may not, be a degree program, but they train these people, not the CDL lessons and the level 3s and level 4s. You couldn't find a level 3 or level 4. So we had to grow our own and train our own. So we work out creative methods of how do we pay up front? How do we ensure that the citizens are going to get their money back? And what do we do to make sure that they complete the course? How do we incentivize them? All of those things that we have to do these days. So did you have something?
Well, I was just gonna tag on what you said about the insurance. So having moved down here, the mayor, when he talked about his insurance, his premium, yeah, that's a major impact, right? I've got a home in Santa Fe. I'm trying to get a home down here and have an insurance that's gonna be $10,000 plus a year just to cover the premium. That's like almost having a second mortgage already on the home. So that's gotta be a major impact for not just Ruidoso, but communities across the state, which workers, right? That's what you guys are here to support. So I think that's got to be a major focus. And one thing I was talking to these guys about, starting all the way back in 2024, I came from local government before I went to the state, and then came down here. But I learned several years ago that at the local level, we almost have to figure out how to do it ourselves, how to navigate it ourselves, and that's hard. Especially when you deal with back-to-back, disasters that. The state's leveraged hundreds of millions of dollars for recovery and response, which we are grateful for. We didn't have that, we'd be in the Stone Ages for decades. So, there's a lot of things that affect not just Ruidoso and Lincoln County, Mora County, Las Vegas, right? San Miguel County, those communities are hit hard. Gallup just got hammered with disasters. Tularosa, yeah. There's a broad need for bodies like this, I think, to focus on ways that we can help encourage the conversation with OSI, with other state agencies to help encourage a more holistic internal view of how the state is going to stand on its own 2 feet to manage all of these crises at the same time. So that's where all.
Like a Western United States co-op for insurance. New Mexico's not strong enough to deal with the state farms and all states. You've seen what Alice Keynes had to go through. I went up and testified on on all of that. And then we still get dropped, we still get triple, quadruple the rates. And then when you talk to Colorado and those other states, they're bigger than we are, but if there's some way we could have an association, purchasing power, leveraging, all of those things, I think we're gonna start looking that way, so. Anyway.
Any other questions? Online? All right, well, I just had. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank all of you. It's been a great partnership, and also Beth, we'll hear from Beth next from the south, from the Eastern Area Workforce Development Board, also right here on the front lines with you. But for those of you who don't know, Mayor Crawford was elected in 2019, so pandemic, then fire flood, then fire flood. So-
Yes, it's been a fun ride. I don't know if it's that or me. It's rather me.
Yeah, really, no. And so mayors, I always say it's like the toughest job in government, because you're never off, right? You go to, and Ron too, you go to the grocery store, everybody knows you, yeah, they ask you, no matter where you are, somebody's got something they need or want to complain about. Or if you're lucky, tell you nice things about it. So, being willing to sign up for year after year of that, it's just really extraordinary for both of you. And then you went and installed Keith here, so that's good job there. But yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you all, and hope to continue that, and just wanted to make sure the board understood exactly how much these folks have been through and what a great job they've done. It's bustling here in Ruidoso, and it probably doesn't feel like it compared to the past, but believe me, we go to distressed communities all over the state, and the rebound that you all have made here is truly remarkable. So
Thank you.
I think I'm very interested in how you're approaching the worker housing. I come from Santa Teresa, which is a little bit different situation. We have developers, but they're not building homes that are
Affordable.
right? And so I'm curious to see how you guys were able to do that from the public sector side.
Well, what we did is we reached out to a lot of, tried to do public privates, and we even developed MRAs and stuff, metropolitan redevelopments, so that we could try to leverage different funding. We just weren't getting a lot of interest, and so we worked on the 9% tax credit. We also looked at 4%. We got to know Izzy and those folks real well, and they gave us a lot of pointers. There's a whole plethora of education those guys can give you, and you have to pick out. We just looked at low hanging fruit. How do we do it? So then we always joke, Ron orders a truckload of knee pads and chapstick, because I'm always going and asking for funding. And so I get $1 million here. If I'm lying, you let me know. We pucker up a lot, but we do ask, but we have a plan. If we can get this money, here's what we're gonna do with it. We don't expect the state or the federal government to invest in something that we haven't. So we show purpose, we show that we have a plan, here's what we're doing. So it's taken us years, is the answer, to stack the money that we were able to buy the land. We sat on it for a while. We came up with ideas on how we want to develop it. We start looking at costs. We go talk to the governor, talk to the legislators, stack the money. And then when we're able to go out, we go out. And then we bird dog it. We have some of the new jobs that Ron was talking about is with these hundreds of millions of dollars that's coming into the community, project managing them, making sure that we're going to get another grant because we completed these. It's expensive to hire those folks. It's hard work. So they do that. They keep all these jobs on site. So whenever we have an issue like what we've had at 603 Meacham down here, it's going to be beautiful when it's done. But what a headache. And we tried to do everything just right, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. So we've leveraged, and it's taken time. And that's what you see in government so often. It's just like what you see going down Sutter Street, where you see all the damaged buildings still there. People want to know why, and you cleaned them up. Well, it's private property, number one. Number two, we've been working on this buyout program for a couple of years, going to the Legislative Finance Committee, begging for the match, to get the match so that we could get the federal dollars from NRCS, but we couldn't touch those. And we have a clean and lean. So if we'd have went and cleaned them and leaned them and took them out with those people that still had mortgages on them, that the banks had been waiting on graciously, they would have been out everything. And so we've worked on those, but, to answer your question, it's a long process. And then that we've shown forward progress, we're starting to get the public-private partnerships. If we have land, you come in. And they don't have that process of development. Sometimes we'll do, in-kind work for them. We'll get the utilities, whatever we gotta have. We've streamlined the code enforcement, the building inspection to make it as fast as easy as possible, but make sure that, you know, these builders, we have some great builders, but they've been doing it for 40 years, but they haven't, some of them looked at the new, building code. And so we have to go through those kind of things. And then he's got guys in that department that are really good working with those folks, and the answer is yes. We just have to show them how to get to yes in the most affordable way. So it's being flexible at City Hall to attract new businesses that we've never had, new type of building materials that we've never seen. Going out and looking at, you know, concrete modular, they build a 3D printer, the 3D printer concretes. And then only to find out that we don't have the ability to do the concrete. But looking at other ways to build that are durable, that are more fire retardant, that are hardened, so that we can get better rates with insurance. We have our defensible space that we do for thinning, getting rid of the pine needles and the slash and the tree, which is already figured into our utility bill. So instead of hauling it 180-mile round trip to Oro Grande and burying it, and we actually won a recycling award from the state of New Mexico for that one year. I laugh about that all the time. But now we're gonna be taking it to a green energy fuels plant and converting that into fuel. And then there's a biochar product, and the byproducts are water and electricity. So we've worked it out with Otero. We have other plans for that land out there to develop using those resources. So you bring in the jobs, and that's what we're trying to do. We've lost a lot of workers. We're trying to bring in 80 to 100 is what this will employ. Another company that we're looking at that's a high tech, we have fiber and everything already ready. We've been planning for years. And so when you have all these things in process, it brings in people that say, hey, I can jump in here. The groundwork's done. We've rewritten chapter 54, our building ordinance, which was a monster and it's still not quite right. Hired people to help us so that we streamline these things so that they can go online, look at what we've done, see a track record, go on, look at P&Z to find out that these people are competent and that they can move things forward, and that you're moving forward. And I talked to a lot of mayors. I was past president of the New Mexico Municipal League. A lot of small communities, they're just praying that all subs will open for GRT. And so, you know, we try to figure out how can we help our whole region. The stronger the region is, our weakest member, that's how weak we are. And so we try to make sure that we support them. And right now, the last couple of years, it's been pretty tough. We need to make sure that we're still leading the pack. But time is the only answer. Fortitude, hard-headedness. You don't say no. You know, that sales course that they teach you, you probably didn't have that, did you? Okay, well, I used to have a business I had to sell, and I wanted to outsell a lot of my salesmen. You know, I was in air conditioning, plumbing type business, remodel. So, you know, you don't even get started till the customer said no 4 times. And how do you do that without getting thrown out of the house or out of their office? You know, it's subtle. And so you work on those things. And so we get told we don't do that. There's no program for that. Only to be reveling in the fact quietly in a corner that these things are happening. And so that they're not going to Florida, Colorado, Texas, California, they're coming to New Mexico. And so those are the type of things that we're working for, that finally other states and other people are noticing, and they want to know, how'd you do it? We're going to write a white paper. They had these guys on the phone the other day on how do you do it? And, you know, the answer is fortitude and time. But it is, I think, speeding up a little bit because we've got people on board. When we had our first 22 fire, DHSEM was really unstable. They were just getting set up. We had with COVID, we were coming out of a loss of $400 million in workforce solutions money that went somewhere. And so everybody was getting their feet under them. Well, we have our feet under us. And so now it's focused and working regionally. those that have a plan, we're happy to share it. And we've shared it before, but then when we call back and ask for progress, just like you do on any job. You know, what have you done? Next time I see you, have y'all done steps A and B yet? You haven't, what happened? And it's because a lot of the people are elected. They maybe have 2 or 3 positions, they have a job. And then the people that work for them are busy. And so somehow, and that's some of the things that I've been talking to the league about is, can we maybe help work with these smaller communities to help implement and project manage and some of those kind of things. Anyway, I've talked enough. You can see I can talk about Rodos all day.
Well, Mayor Ron Heath, thank you for your time. Really appreciate you coming and presenting to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Beth Elias, sent on the National Dislocated Worker Grant.
Good afternoon, everyone. I was asked to provide an update. I did a presentation for you guys a few months ago on the National Dislocated Worker Grant that we had applied for on behalf of Ruidoso. We were able to come in the beginning and meet with the village and the tribe and several of the different agencies. And as I'm sure these men will tell you, trying to navigate what you can do with FEMA and around FEMA is a bit of a challenge. And the secretary and the DWS staff know that the lines between this funding and FEMA are pretty rigid. So it made it a challenge, but we were able to successfully execute the dislocated worker grant. And I didn't want to redo what I gave you a couple of months ago. So I just did an update. But I do, there you go. So I'd be like, but I do need my notes. So you can go ahead. So I basically did it on Zoom. Oh, okay. Next. So as everyone is aware, to have the salt flat fires in 24, we met with the county commission at the time, and our lead CEO was the Lincoln County Commissioner appointed to the CEO board. And we worked collaboratively with the county manager at that time in putting together a plan to submit for this dislocated worker grant, included Ryan and the Title I crew in that process as well. We were awarded $800,000 in July of 24 to start the support and rebuilding and cleanup here, but that's when FEMA, I mean, you guys were on site, everybody was on site. I was actually impressed is not a strong enough word for the way the cohesion and collaboration took place, not just in the village, but across all of the agencies. All of the different support systems that came into this community and really tried to get people into every type of assistance, the ones that had been displaced or relocated or were temporarily unhoused or had, you know, God forbid, lost their homes, lowered their jobs. I mean, the unemployment, the DUA, the way everybody just streamlined every process that was possible to provide as quick and thorough a response with as minimal challenge to the locals that's the finest I've seen in New Mexico in 26 years I've been at the board. So that was just, and the cooperation between the tribe and the village and all of those agencies to make those things happen was huge. You can go ahead. So we worked with employers, and one of the big ones was the Inn of the Mountain Gods. I know Secretary took a panicked call from me over like, this is what I'm hearing from the village that, you know, DOT's not doing, you know, whatever. And so she made some phone calls, made things happen, because that ski resort had to, I mean, the tourist impact and the revenue that's generated by that, you know, that run, it was needed. So we were able to get some bodies out there and start getting those trails cleared, and the lift and those areas so that they could open on time. They were actually very pivotal in getting us meetings. It didn't work out the way we had hoped, but just the fact that we were able to get in and actually meet with the tribal council was a huge shift from anything that had ever happened in the past. And they were willing to work with us and collaborate with us. There's a little bit of fear of government programs. And so when it came time to actually enroll individuals to start training people in these occupations that were going to be needed locally, ran into a little bit of trouble there. But there were weekly community recovery meetings that we had staff, not just from the university, but Title I, and then had the dislocated worker coordinator that came up and participated in those as well. And this is basically where we landed on the final numbers. I decided to break it down for you to show you we had 121 total participants trained. It was pretty broad in the occupational pathways that people went into. CDLs were pretty heavy. Construction was heavy. That's what that residential and commercial technician, it's actually your trades, but people throw their names at them and it's not up to me to change that. But we did train 49 individuals in the hard hat trades in various avenues. 18 CDLs, 13 wildfire resiliency, 7 nurses, 3 in retail. We did have 3 that remained on disaster relief employment that was working to do cleanup and repair on some of the tourist areas up at the end. Heavy equipment operators, one, which was interesting. You learn a lot when you go through these processes. Heavy equipment's heavy equipment, right? I know you construction people are laughing at me for that. I didn't know crane operation took a whole separate certification, but one of those is a certified crane operator now. And then we had 2 that received a combination of CDL and heavy equipment certification. So they got both. Then we had 3 human resource and social services individuals, 3 CNAs and CMAs, farm tech, a mechanic, a dental assistant, and a medical transcriptionist. Of those, we collaborated also with corrections to train individuals that were within 6 months of release, as was mentioned by the previous presentation, which I must add is a little intimidating to have to follow, but the things that they've done are nothing short of miraculous. So as this board knows, workforce participation in New Mexico has been less than stellar and has been way less than the national levels. And it's been consistently that way since the pandemic. And as he mentioned, how do you get these people to go back to work? Well, we're still working on trying to figure that one out. But if you're going to fill the employer's needs, then you've got to also look at the untapped markets. So individuals re-entering the workforce system seems like a really good place to start and maybe kill 2 birds with 1 stone and reduce recidivism, because you have an option when you get out the door to go to work. So we did train 73 individuals that were within 6 months of release. 66 of those completed and received a credential. And I put on here again, DWG has some opportunities for eligibility that are not included in the traditional Title I funding. It is technically, from a national standpoint, Title I funding, but it has some caveats that allow for some expanded opportunities. And that's why we were able to do that. 101 of the 119 individuals successfully completed training, 90 receiving credentials and measurable skills gains, 73 reentry participants, as I mentioned earlier. Due to the lag in UI wage data, I'm sure you guys, when you review performance reports, you've already heard this. We don't have all of the employment data yet because those first rounds of exiters that received training are just now starting to fall fully into the UI wage frame. We expended 717,000 of the 800,000, which was more than anybody expected us to do. And I really wanted to have more disaster relief employment. But Marcos kept telling me when I was fussing because we couldn't get them that, hey, you've been able to do it. And nobody else we never got them in New Mexico before. So at least we got 3 and I'll take it. So. Go ahead. For this, I just gave you guys a couple of the success stories that came out of this from the reentry side. We had a 23-year-old that was on a 2.5-year sentence that basically, this one was another one of those high levels of collaboration between the detention center, our northern area board partners and the AJC staff up there, the Title I program down here, and the transition specialist within the corrections facility. So they all worked together to get the individual trained. Now Farmington was his home community, so that's where he went back to. But they got the resumes, all of those things done. He got hired at $20 an hour. And he was, a couple months ago, he was saving up to buy a car. So he was doing well. And it also triggered more individuals within the facility to want to follow a similar path. And then a second one, we had one that had recently been released that we were able to enroll, and he ended up, same thing, CDL. We trained a lot of CDLs with this funding. It's one of those occupations that, at least on the eastern side of the state, never seems to go out of demand. No matter how many of them you train, there's always people pounding on the doors for more. So he was able to get hired at $20 an hour, and within a few months of release, also got a raise. So I just threw those out there so you guys would have it. I didn't want to drown you guys with details I'd already given you. So I'll stand for any questions if you have any. This was just the updated information to close out the grant. It is finished.
Thank you, Beth. Any questions from the board? Or comments? Anybody online?
It's Rebecca. I don't have any questions, but I just want to applaud particularly the collaboration with corrections and the reentry. I know that's an area that has been kind of, I don't want to say the word booming, but it's certainly being explored. We've been trying lots of pilots and lots of programs, and sometimes with varying success based on, are we picking the right sectors? Are we really choosing the right areas and kinds of jobs that make the most sense for those folks to actually be able to come in and build a career as they come out of the justice system? And it sounds like what you've done has been really successful. Those are good numbers when you're talking.
We're hoping long term that it proves that way. I mean, I know I do know in the data that we had 2 that are back in jail. But if it's 2, then hopefully that'll hold. And but that's so far.
But I think if we think about in the world of workforce development programs in general, right, or pipeline programs, however you want to talk about it, like retention and it's never 100%, right? Even in the most beautifully developed, successful programs, you don't always get 100%. And so 2's not, I'm going to say 2 feels not bad.
Well, thank you. And thanks to Secretary Nair and DWS, because they have gone to the legislature historically to, there've been significant cuts in federal funding over the, just repeatedly over the last years. And she was able to secure funding to kind of help keep the boards whole. And thanks to that funding, we have 2 more projects already lined up. We're getting ready to start 2 more cohorts. So.
Thank you, Rebecca. Anybody else? Secretary?
I just wanted to thank you, Beth, and thanks for all the work and collaboration. since we're here, I thought we could also highlight, the all-women, senior class.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to,
So
yes.
the background of that was I was at a legislative hearing and Representative Harlan Vincent, who represents this district here, said, you know, from the podium, do you ever get I'd love to see a class full of just women getting their CDL. And if you could get, you know, just 2 or 3 trained, I would be so excited if you tried that, just starting, you know, in my part of the state. And then I think I told Marcus told Beth, and you can talk about what happened.
I don't remember what the final number was, but I believe it was like 20,
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15, oh, sorry. Okay, you can tell I fish, right? So, yeah, okay, 15, it was 15. Thank you. That's why I take her everywhere. But yeah, they did, they got it put together in what, like 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
But yeah, so when, you know, they ask for 5 and she delivers 15, it gets really easy to get more money for the local programs. So
Well, we have amazing partners. And it's like that group there said, I think the key to that is you don't say no, you say, okay, can't do it that way, but how? How do we do this? You know, and so when it comes to something where you have to collaborate and get it done, we have people that are always willing to work for this and that, you know. Nobody gets anything done by themselves. So,
Oh, of the 15, have they all completed or are they still in?
oh, they're done. That was a long time ago.
And that's.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, 100% success there.
Yeah, right,
I believe 12 completed successfully.
well, we just need to swap. No, I'm so glad you're there. I'm like, what? I mean, I asked for the updates. It's just a matter of retention. Like, there's a lot of numbers floating around up here and which one's stickers. It's a. Yes.
Hello, my name is Maddie Valdez. I'm with the Department of Finance Administration representing the Office of Governor Michelle Grisham. So this is the first time I'm speaking. It's nice to meet you all. Look forward to seeing you all. On the point of data, and I know you might not have it with you, but it would be nice to understand a little bit more, to Rebecca's point, about retention rate and those individuals who were not able to stay within the system and went back into a different one. What was their general age? What was
We do have I can assure you, I don't have it on me,
Right.
but we have in the MIS that we use to track the participants, there are so many data points that if you had, and I mean, I haven't calculated in a long time, but back when I was Vicky, when I was in her job and had all that stuff in the top of my head, there was some conversation about errors in participant files. And it's like, there's so many data points that we collect on one individual that if you had a data entry error on each individual that we run through the system, you would still be looking at less than 0.01% error rate. We have the drill down on that data. We probably could come up with eye and hair color. We collect so much information.
Congratulations for that work. And just to the point of maybe why were the ones that were retained still there? Was it proximity to home? And I'm sure you have all that data, so I will look forward to seeing it sometime.
We probably don't have the why. Yeah, we probably don't have the whys. Yeah, but that's a population that they don't necessarily answer and they ghost, and that's why we can't give you harder data until we get past the UI wage lag. We can look them up in the UI system and see if there's been any kind of reported wages in Mexico, but some of the places where people are released are, the proximity is to the borders, and the Mexico system directly isn't going to show that. So we have to wait on the system bank for that, and that takes 18 months. Thank you.
Kelly Ripke, Associated General Contractors. Thank you for presenting a second time. Really appreciate it. We hear a lot of data, particularly from LFC with regards to disengaged and, unengaged and disconnected youth. And I guess one of my questions, when we hear a lot about the opportunities found through all this uncertainty that everybody seems to be facing, that short-term competency-based training programs seem to really be a key component in getting folks into a good pathway, multi-sectorally. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Where the challenge comes in that, from when you're looking at federal funding like what we operate on, is what, all of this is a very big beast. It's a very big machine, and it takes a while to move it. That makes Washington look fast. I mean, what they will accept, because these programs have those credential rates that are required, where we can take, one of the performance indicators is measurable skills gain. For any of those micro badges and competencies that you're referring to, we can take those as a measurable skills gain. But they do not necessarily count unless they are in a very specific framework that is approved by the US Department of Labor for that. So that's where I love micro badging, and I would love to use micro badging. I'm sorry, I'm about to get on a soapbox. I would love to use micro badging as a stepping stone for a apprenticeship pathway, because I started my workforce career at Job Corps. I know what disengaged, disenfranchised youth look like. These are people that didn't make it in a traditional educational environment. Why are we going to try and put them back into that model and expect that they are going to do anything any different than they did before? Yeah, sorry, that's been a 20-year button for me. So yeah, Marcos is laughing. He's heard that, because it's frustrating, because you can't. The people that are driving the regulations and building all of that, I fully believe that it's good intentions. And I mean, you have to measure something, right? Because you're spending taxpayer dollars. We have a responsibility to show accountability for that. But having the road and the paper meet somewhere, there's got to be something that makes some sense. And until we can get to that place, and it's the same thing with education. If the education system, and I'm not talking about just K-12, we're also involved with, as the secretary and everybody is very well aware, with a P20 initiative for the rural districts. Until education learns to pivot faster, you're not going to educate a successful workforce, because the needs within the workplace are changing so fast. I mean, I've been doing my job for 26 years and it's changed so much in the last 2 years, I can't keep up. And I don't have some of those decks stacked against me that others do. So if it's a challenge for me and I'm doing it full time on the job, what's it gonna take for an education system to keep up with that? And that's that micro badging is where that is critical. Absolutely critical, because those are where the flexibility comes, because I can change this much of a curriculum. If this shifts, if it goes from, and I'm just making something up, if it goes from Copilot to Gemini is the one a week, I can change that, rather than rebuilding an entire degree program. It's just not, that's not feasible. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
Any other questions? Online comments? Well, Beth, thank you very much. Always appreciate, I know you have that soapbox. I love it. We should. I also appreciated the individual clients.
Success story?
Yeah, that always warms my heart, and I also don't appreciate it because sometimes it's a little harder to run a meeting when you're trying to You've got misty eyes, so.
Well, I tell you, if we do another entrepreneurial cohort, when they do their pitches, I'll send the invite out to the state board. You wanna cry? I had to go off camera, I couldn't do it. That was our youth doing team entrepreneurial pitches during the pandemic coming out of the. That was huge.
Well, it's always great to hear the actual people that are receiving the services and how it's changing lives. Thank you. All right. Okay, well, we've made it through our partner presentations, and I believe we do have a forum. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Let's start off with our roll call, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Monica Perry. I'm the state board admin. And I'm gonna remind everyone, that once we start the meeting, please state your name for the recording and participants online that might not be able to see who is speaking on the video. Okay, let's get started. Marissa Lopez. Present. Senator Michael Padilla. Representative Drew Gallegos. Chair Joshua Roscoe.
Here.
Casey Durant.
Here.
Dr. Rebecca Estrada.
Here.
Deborah Moore. Carlos Romero.
Here.
Mathis Schinick. Luis Reyes. Terry Stewart. I believe I saw a message that she had to step out, so she may come back. Erica Genty is excused. Dr. William Wagner. Beth Williams. Present. Arlene Murillo. Present. Brian Garcia.
Here.
Stephen Gonzalez.
Present.
Andrew Street. Paula Espinosa. Carla Cookler. Present. Kelly Ruffke Orr. Here. Gabriel Esparza.
Here.
Okay. Chantal is excused. Secretary Nye. Here. Director Emma Gallup.
Present.
Okay. Stephen Scott.
Here.
And Commissioner Sanchez.
Present.
Commissioner Sana.
Present.
Scott Gravinsky.
Here.
Marcos Martinez.
Here.
Rizzi Gutierrez.
Present.
Patrick Gannon.
Present.
And Nikki Kozlowski.
Here.
So. Yeah, okay, we do have a forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If we could. Can we pause for a moment to find out who's online? They have a hand up so we can
Oh,
see
sure.
it there.
Is it Paul Pettis has his hand up?
Maybe it's just by mistake.
Okay,
Oh,
just want to make sure they work.
okay, no, I'm down, that's, okay.
Yes, we still have a forum.
Okay. All right, I do that all the time. People calling me and like, I don't have a question. All right, I just like being called, I guess. Okay, next up, we've got, are there any changes to our agenda? All right, seeing none and hearing none, then the agenda stands as presented. Moving on to any open discussion on the presentations we had. Generally, we like to keep discussion within the meeting, and since we now have presentations before the official meeting. Any discussion on what we heard? All right, not seeing or hearing any, we will move on. Next item is the approval of our May 5th meeting minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review those? And if so, is there a motion to approve? To the floor.
Move to approve, Sanchez.
This is
Thank you.
Rebecca, I'll second.
Thank you, Rebecca. Been moved and seconded. Any comments, questions, changes? All right, not hearing any, then we'll move on to, we'll do a roll call vote for those online, and we can do a voice vote for here in the room. Here in the room, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, everybody here says aye, and a roll call vote on.
Casey Durant,
Sorry, I'm slow to unmute. I agree. Aye.
you. Dr. Estrada,
Aye.
Carlos Rivera.
Yes.
Virtual person. Dr. Gallup,
Aye.
Dr. Scott. Dr. Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Sanchez,
Yes.
Breezy Gutierrez,
Yes.
and Patrick Gannon.
Yeah, excuse me, yes.
One more, Nikki Kozlowski.
Yes.
Did I get everybody online? We did. Did Terry Stewart come back on yet? No? Okay. That's everyone on.
All right, thank you. With that, the minutes are approved. All right, moving on to approval of the OMA resolution. This is the Open Meetings Act resolution we need to approve every year. And there really aren't a lot of changes. It's just updating dates. And then there's one change where there's a reference to a specific law and it has some years attached to it. Rather than updating this every time that law is changed or updated, we figured just remove the dates so that we don't have to keep updating it for. Is there a motion to approve to bring this to the floor?
Motion from
Thank you, Beth.
Beth.
Is there a second?
Second, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly. It's been moved and seconded. Any questions, comments regarding the OMA resolution? Right, not hearing or seeing any. Let's move to a voice vote here in the room. All those in favor of approving the OMA resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and a roll call vote online, please.
Casey Durant,
Aye.
Becca Estrada,
Aye.
Carlos Rivera,
Aye.
Luis Reyes. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not on, my bad. Did Terry jump on it on? No. Okay. And then virtual is Gabriel Esparza. Okay, Dr. Gallup,
Aye.
okay, Stephen Scott,
Yes.
Manuel Sanchez,
Yes.
Breezy Gutierrez,
Yes.
Patrick Gannon,
Yes.
and Nikki Kozlowski.
Yes.
Sorry, this is Gabriel Esparza. My computer had a delay. I meant to say yes when I wasn't able to unmute. Thank you.
Thank you. Did I miss anyone online? I think that's everyone.
All right. The updated OMA resolution has been approved unanimously. All right, next item, approval of policies. First up, we've got the DWS 20-001, change 3, adult dislocated worker program eligibility. Is that gonna be you, Carla?
That should be me. I have the DWS 20-002, change 3. I want to make sure that we're talking about the right document. Right. Should say attachment A in the glossary. Okay. Yeah, we should you too. That's fine, just only, yeah. I've been known to be wrong before, so I just want to make sure that I brought the right document. Okay, so just as a recap, right, so this is, the attachments and the glossary this is who qualifies for WIOA assistance under dislocated workers, so losing a job through no fault of their own, right? So business closure, layoffs, military spouse relocations, loss of self-employment. So this is the documentation needed to verify eligibility, so they can receive job placement assistance, occupational training, and related services. Really, there's not a ton of changes to from the original document that had already been approved. There were some CFR language that needed to be into basic skills deficient, so that was fleshed out. Everything, I'm looking at this, my notes here, everything else was really grammatical changes, changing from above but to but above and those types of things. That was the core of the change. And yeah, that's, I don't know if you had them as pre-reads, so I don't know if there's anything else that you guys really want to deep dive into. That's why these wonderful ladies here will be able to answer any of the questions as far as they're related to. But that is the consequential change of this stuff.
Okay, any questions?
This is Beth. I do have a question. So you said the main changes were in the basic skills deficient section?
Correct. So originally, it had basically that one line. It did not have the CFR language about what qualified as basic skills deficiencies.
Okay, so you just added that.
We added
You didn't
it.
change
Yeah.
that word. Okay. Perfect.
Any other questions, comments? Online? I'm not seeing or hearing any. All right, then is there a motion to approve?
This is Rebecca. I'll move. Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you. And I think we got a second from Kelly.
I will second so long as the meeting minutes reflect DWS 20-002.
Thank you for pointing that out. Any final questions or comments? All right, then in the room, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? All right, and a roll call vote for those online.
Casey Brad,
Aye.
Rebecca Estrada,
Aye.
Carlos Romero,
Aye.
Gabriel Esparza,
Aye.
Amber Gallant,
Aye.
Devin Scott,
Yes.
Ramon Sanchez,
Yes.
Breezy Gutierrez,
Yes.
Patrick Cannon,
Yes.
Nikki Kozlowski.
Yes.
Okay. That should be everyone online.
All right. Then DWS 20-002 has been approved. All right, now moving on to DWS 24-002, change 1, WIOA youth program eligibility. Is that you again, Carl?
That's me again.
All right.
That's me again. After meetings on meetings. Okay, once again, the final document that you have, there is not a ton of changes. There were some, reconfiguration of the, references. So that needed to be, again, and I guess I'm back. So let's start from the beginning. The, youth program eligibility, right? What this document does is guides the local boards in helping of the eligibility requirements for in-school and out-of-school youth. So it's all the required documentation, the assessments and the available resources. So this helps guide the local boards in dealing with in-school and out-of-school youth. So very similar situation, we needed to add the CFR language of basic skills deficiency, so that was not in there, so similar to the adult dislocated worker. There's also a section of local boards needed, guidance of out-of-home placement, and let me know where page these is. That was, guidance from the NMAC. Okay, from state statute that needed to be added for out-of-home placement. Thank you. I'm looking at my notes, not the graph, so on page 7. And everything else, again, grammatical and minor changes. Those are the two changes to that policy.
I did have a question. Marisa, I'm curious if the DACA section may have been impacted by any changes. If that was looked at.
No, we did not do anything under DACA.
Any other questions or comments? All right, not hearing any. Is there a motion to approve the policy?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Beth, with the motion. Is there a second? We got a second. All right, for those, or any final questions or comments? Okay, not hearing any, not seeing any. Then for those of us in the room, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, and online we'll do a roll call vote.
Casey Brad,
Aye.
Rebecca Estrada,
Aye.
Carlos Romero,
Aye.
Larry Stewart. He's not open yet. Oh, okay, I don't know if it should be left by buddy.
Aye.
Hi, Terry. Right, Gabriel Esparza,
Aye.
Amber Gallen,
Aye.
Stephen Scott,
Yes.
Breezy Gutierrez,
Yes.
Patrick Gannon,
Yes.
Nikki Kozlowski.
Yes.
Did I miss anyone online? Okay, that's.
Commissioner Sanchez, yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Commissioner.
All right, so DWS policy 24-002 has been approved. And I think I see this at every meeting, but thank you to our policy committee. I've attended a few meetings, but wow, that's a lot. So thank you for all the work.
Yes.
And
But it's so fun. I don't know why you don't love our policy committee meeting.
fun is a word. All right, moving on to committee updates. First up is the policy committee. Anything else for us, Scott?
No, I know we, and kudos to the team, like, let me be very clear, I get to speak this, they did the notes, the collaboration of what we do, your pre-meeting, they're
very helpful when we have any questions then to come back and answer questions. I just really want to give the entire team a shout out for doing that. I know we will having some, we'll have some future policies. We're waiting for some changes from like the EdMac to get changed before we can actually make any any further policies to present to the board. But once they do, you'll get some by next meeting. I'm imagining that we'll have some more stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, Crawford. Moving on to the Business Engagement Committee. Casey.
Hi there. Hi, we've been, the Business Engagement Committee has been meeting basically the first Thursday of the month. We decided to take certain industries and we're having initial trouble getting industry leaders to join. So we thought we would take it sector at a time, started with aerospace just because we have more contacts there, and then now moving to manufacturing. We're going to be working with Veronica and folks from DWS to make sure we complement what's happening with the sector strategies. But we've gotten some great input from the industry engagement over the last few months, and basically we have some recommendations, but the employers are consistently telling us that they need the workforce programs that are easier to access, easier to navigate, and easier to scale. And so we have some specific recommendations that we'll be providing, but some of them are to bundle and simplify the workforce programs. And I know that's hard, as is many different departments, but also expand and support work-based learning, and then launch a coordinated talent attraction campaign. And so we're definitely wanting to work with other workforce board members, and I've heard there's a few of the workforce members that want to be part of the industry engagement committee, and all I can say is welcome. Please join us, and we'll be tackling those three recommendations over the next months. Any questions?
Any questions?
No.
All right, and so yeah, if there are any board members that would like to be on that committee, this engagement committee, please connect with either Casey or Monica. And what you said it's the first Thursday? Did I catch that right?
Usually, yes, we've been doing it first Thursday. And the industry folks at first said they wanted it to be shorter just because they don't have a lot of time. And so we went to 30 minutes, but it's kind of rushed. So we're gonna go push back and at least go to 45 minutes or an hour, and possibly bring in sort of what you do with the workforce boards has started out with the informational presentation, and if they or end it that way, and then that way if they need to go they can. So that's what we're up to.
Thank you. So
Thank
please,
you.
anybody reach out. All right, any questions? Okay, thank you, Casey.
Thank you.
Now moving on to the Education and Workforce Committee. Kelly.
First and foremost, always thank you to Deputy Secretary Scott Krasinski for all the administrative support he provides. Very much appreciated. We met last July 27th. Usually when I give these updates, it's usually an update based on the partner presentations. We did not have a partner presentation at our last meeting. Instead, we reviewed our mission, vision, value goals, and how we can make those more measurable. But we did discuss some upcoming state conversations around industry recognized credentials, credit for prior learning, which is something we really want to start to explore a little bit more. Workforce Pell, which Deputy Secretary Scott Krasinski always gives a good presentation there, usually with Amber Gallup. New concept of the technician economy, and we heard Beth mention earlier when she was giving some of her data that residential and commercial technician. And so I know Secretary, you also serve on, I think there is a local technician economy workforce group, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, I
perhaps.
think I'm like official, but
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Which kind of led us to wanting to have our August meeting focusing on redefining and repositioning new industries. And hearing directly from EDD, Economic Development Department, and please, Patrick, Mr. Gannon, if you have anything you want to chime in, please let me know. So possibly a joint presentation from EDD and Deloitte. And if that goes well, we may have a recommendation for the full state workforce development board on a potential presentation opportunity. And then the only other thing maybe I'll mention is I think we do find ourselves in a bit of a quandary sometimes because our subcommittees tend to have a lot of similar work or similar conversations. And then we run into the real issue of quorum concerns. So thanks for always flagging that. So that we do not have too many state workforce development board members participating. And if we do tend to have joint subcommittees, we find ourselves with that issue. So I don't know, that's something you may want to tackle somewhere down the road. I don't know if that's a policy issue or.
They could jump on, they could jump on over. They could take them.
But maybe just something I wanted to flag.
Any questions?
And Patrick, again, if nothing you want to share, but I know you'll be presenting in August for us.
Hi, Kelly. Yes, members of the board. Yes, that is correct. I am currently doing my research, if you will. There's just a lot of moving parts, obviously, that I'm still exploring. So yeah, stay tuned.
Excuse me. Thank you, Madam Chair, or Secretary. As you put that together, Patrick, I think it would be very beneficial just to copy it in our committee as well, if we could plan that.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
We have some questions.
We have Dr. Estrada and Amber Gals.
Dr. Estrada, Rebecca?
Yeah, I was just gonna, not a question, I was just gonna note, because I know that Kelly brought up the technician economy. So in case there is some interest, Jamae Bliven from Innovate Educate, if you all are familiar with her work, is helping to facilitate a lot of that discussion with various partners. Right now, the discussions are happening kind of, we're sectioning them. There's the Central New Mexico kind of version with Tracy Hartzler and CNM kind of at the heart of that. And then in the north, we're very much starting with the Regional Development Corporation, Jamae. So that's Pat Vanderpool from RDC. Again, Jamae Bliven, Innovate Educate. And we've got some other folks that are coming in to talk about that. I'm representing Lanel in the northern region. So as those conversations are happening, I'm sure that people will get tapped as we get a little bit more in there and start to do some convenings for stakeholders.
Yeah.
Dr. Gal, Amber?
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to, just kind of in the interest of the different committees maybe working together, overlapping a little bit. I'm on the Education and Workforce Committee, but I was interested in Casey's presentation about the Business Engagement Committee. And I was just thinking that, like, from an adult education perspective, one thing that we've really noticed that we lack, that we're not very good at in adult education with our integrated education and training programs, is employer engagement. And we're really trying to address that in as many ways as we can. And especially now that maybe manufacturing is becoming more a part of that committee, I would love to maybe be invited at some point to that committee to talk about adult education and our IETs, and maybe make some more relationships with employers that we might be able to, you know, work with and then pass our IET students on to once they earn their credentials. So just throwing that out there as maybe a potential future small collaboration.
If I may, yes, Amber, please contact Monica and we can plug that in, depending on the timing, if Patrick would also join us, but we could, you know, do it the next month or this month and he could do the next one. But there you go. We have our extra little presentations ready for the next 2 months.
Thanks. Okay, great.
Great, thank you. Scott?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just also wanted to add that at our June meeting of our Education and Workforce Committee, we provided consultation for the Healthcare Authority's SNAP Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, Employment and Training Program, which is required under federal law, and provided, I think, some helpful input on workforce issues related to that program. So I just want to thank all the committee members I know who are participating, and our Chair Kelly on that as well. And then one other item that we'll be working on is the integration, or really the coordination of industry recognized credentials. And that's a joint effort between DWS, PD, and HED to streamline those credentials and make it a little more straightforward for individuals who are seeking those credentials about how they can be approved and recognized. So make it a little more of an easier process. So as our 3 departments are working on that, the committee, I think, will be helping communicate those efforts to the state board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
I also
Yes.
forgot one last thing. We would like to, with the approval of the secretary, pursue the workforce development and training proclamation again this year. And, you know, we'd like to see some consistency so that we get some more marketing around that effort.
All right, thank you. All right, now we've got our data and performance committee. I think I'll let Veronica cover that for me.
Thank you, Chair and board members. I know we have some new ones. So Veronica Alonso, I am the Operations and Program Manager for the department, which means all things related to Title I, and the state board. So we have finally gotten a data committee put together, and we have made some real good progress. We are in the final stages of the vision and the mission. We just need everyone to okay that they're happy with what we have. At our last data committee meeting, we had a presentation. Well, the data committee requested a statewide presentation on return on investment that FutureWorks, one of our vendors, FutureWorks, had presented at the conference. And unfortunately, I think there were some technical issues that happened during that. And so we were able to schedule a statewide repeat of that presentation. And so that was given to all the board members, local board members. So we had a good representation for that. Our data committee has asked for a presentation from our ER&A department at DWS. So our director, Rachel Moskowitz, will be giving an LMI presentation to the committee. And then we also discussed, and I went over our approved DOL performance negotiations. And so I'll also be going over that a little bit later, but we have a pretty good committee now. If anyone else would like to join, which will take more members. But we're moving forward in a good place to start having lots more conversation about data and performance. Any questions?
Any questions? You also noticed in the packet, we have some labor market information sheets. These are done, I think, every month. And I think each county gets one every quarter. Maybe. But anyways, I always like to nerd out on this stuff. And so I think these are also being sent to us via email too. So interesting information, and the charts really help me out. It's hard for me to read since using Facebook for the last 20 years. So it's nice to have some charts. Moving on to the participant enrollment ad hoc.
This is Veronica again. Before I give the update on the ad hoc, I just want to add that each of the committees is supported by a DWS staff. So Deputy Secretary Scott Roginski supports the Education and Workforce Committee. Carolyn supports the Data and Performance Committee. Karen Gouladette, who's online, supports the Business Engagement Committee. And then we're all supporting the ad hoc committee. So there's always a dedicated DWS staff person who's helping administratively and providing that support during the committees. So your ad hoc committee is a new committee that is looking at the process of our local workforce board's process for intake and enrollment. So what we're currently doing is collecting from all of the local workforce boards their intake processes, the forms, the documents that each participant has to complete in order to be enrolled in a WIOLA Title I funded program, adult dislocated worker or youth. So we're still in those additional stages of collecting that information. It's a lot of information to collect. We don't expect the committee to receive all of the documents and try to figure them out themselves. So we are going to collect all of that information and then present it back to the committee so that they know, okay, these are all of the documents that all the boards use. These are the documents that only 2 boards use. This is the Eastern's intake process. This is the Southwest intake process. From first point of contact to date of enrollment to date of being placed in a training program. And so we're again in those initial stages of collecting all of that, and then we'll have a committee review and ask questions about the documents, the process. And then there might be a request to invite each of the local workforce boards to attend the committee and be able to give responses to some of the questions that the committee may have.
Thank you. Any questions?
I don't have necessarily a question. I love that idea. I mean, to be able to understand, like, to me, I mean, I've been on the board now for a very long time. And that each local board has a different intake process, different enrollment way, to understand which one, you know, and maybe come up with some solutions if that's a barrier to serving people. If we can look at that and really, I mean, dive in, that's yay. So glad that that's what we're doing, is looking at that process and for us to be able to identify, you know, barriers to, if there are, right? I hate to say it, I don't have the presumption that there are. Yes, like, that there might be, right, room for improvement, or something that, you know, if you have best practices that could be shared amongst boards. That's probably a great for us to review and present to the local board. So yeah, just okay.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, thank you, Veronica. And now moving on to the executive committee. We met 2-3 weeks ago. I have a lot of meetings, but we met and so kind of what we're looking at are reviewing the bylaws and ensuring that they are aligned both with state law and federal regulations, make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then also discovering that the executive committee is more involved in, for instance, preparing the agenda. We're trying to get that process going and also setting a kind of a vision for the work that we're doing. So that's kind of what we did. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay. And any questions on the executive committee? Or the right, thank you. And I think if any of these committees seem interesting to any board member, please reach out to Monica. I know all the various chairs would be happy to have more people, so please reach out. Next up is discussion and potential action on the establishment of a youth committee. I want to say maybe 2 years ago, we were talking about having like a youth council. And this idea that there would be some board involvement, but it would also include actual youth to make up this committee, to kind of inform us on, you know, the challenges and needs that youth have in this state. For whatever reason, never really got off the ground. But I think with renewed attention on disengaged youth, that's something that we can put back together and work on again. So we couldn't find in the records us having a youth committee. So I think the first step is establishing a youth committee by action of this board, and then that committee can work on coming up with what this youth council might look like and how it would work. So I open that up to any thoughts or questions, comments to the board.
Sorry. This is Beth. Well, I am curious. I love the idea so much, but would it, I guess we haven't talked about what we would do, but would you want someone from each area? Or the youth?
I think ideally, yeah.
Okay.
Again, this is work that the committee would kind of figure out, the mission, vision, goals would. Ideally, yes. Youth with different backgrounds, different geographies, really to kind of represent them to the state. I'm hoping it might seem like something that would be fun for them to do. They get to be on a statewide board. I'm sure we could figure out transportation and, you know, for meetings and whatnot. But I think that might be a great way to have better communication from youth on what their needs are and the barriers that they're facing. So that's kind of the idea behind it. Go ahead, Kelly.
I just a thought or maybe a recommendation is to include the intermediaries that support formalized internship programs. Like future focused education. I think they'd be pretty instrumental in either making recommendations of youth that might serve that council well, or serving themselves, or by possibly giving presentations. Just a recommendation.
Very good recommendation, thank you.
Yeah,
So
if I can, oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, if I can add to Kelly's, you know, we have some examples already of work like this that's being done, and that's exactly what I was going to say. So for those who are aware of the Lannel Foundation serving as the backbone for the strategy table, the strategy table is members of 13 public and private investments, and Department of Workforce Solutions is a key member of the strategy table. And it's basically a pooled fund to move work-based learning programs into other programs focused on serving, again, most often those disengaged youth that we've been referring to, that the LFC refers to. It's in its about third year, and they have what's called it's the RIAC, the Regional Youth Advisory Council, which is just that. It's made up of youth from representing the different regions that are there. They are actually actively, and I believe Deputy Secretary Martinez is the one who participates in this. They are actively leading those grant-making activities. It's had some iterations because it's a pilot program. It's a 3-year pilot. And we've started, but we have actually found, those of us who've participated, some really good success with that RIAC. And there are some elements that go with it in terms of how they recruited, but including those intermediaries, those programs that were being funded, United Way of Northern New Mexico that also works with a lot of nonprofits that are working with those particular youth, have helped identify those individuals who are participating. So we do have, and I know that there are others. That's just the one that I'm the most familiar with. But definitely coming out of that, you know, not about us, without us idea that you can't be making decisions or creating programs around youth without having their voice authentically at the table. So I'm sure that there are other examples out there. That is one that we know of that has found some success and already is connected to DWS.
Thank you. Amber, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I thought this sounds like an intriguing idea. And I wanted to just flag the recent report by the Legislative Finance Committee on disconnected youth or disengaged youth. I can't remember which term they used, but it is a really good report. It's really, it's, I don't know, compelling. And it has a bunch of recommendations and a lot of questions that came out of it as well. And I would think that any committee that was thinking about putting this together would use that report to kind of inform some of its activities and the makeup of the group and sort of what the point of the group would be, or what the work of the group of youth would be. And as always, I just want to advocate for including out of school youth, 16 and 17 or 18-year-olds who haven't earned their high school diploma, who have left school as well, to make sure that is represented from the very beginning. Adult education population, in other words.
Great recommendations. Thank you. And Gabriel?
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I've been noticing that I have some lag on my computer. No, if I just wanted to offer that if there is any topic of conversation with regards to where we can get some of the youth, one of the options that I can offer up coming from Job Corps is that we do consist of 6 students who are assigned as part or elected into our student government association. And I typically have them join me on various forms of meetings such as these throughout some of the organizational structures that we have outside of Job Corps. So if there's any discussion with regards to groups that we would like to have attend or even do a trial run, I have a group of students that I would be able to pull, as immediate as needed. These are students that are elected by the student body here on campus, consisting of president, vice president, treasurer, sergeant of arms, that consist of being able to help me as the center director be able to make decisions that will impact the student body here at the campus. So any decisions that we're making to changes to the student handbook policy, things like that, for example, they're able to have direct input on. They actually even join, at least the Student Government Association president joins each of my staff meetings that we have every single week. And so I just wanted to offer up that if there's any concern with regards to being able to get some youth that would be interested and who's already looking into this kind of field of government policy and the kind of procedures and processes we deal with here, they would be a really good group to begin with.
Thank you, Gabriel. Breezy?
Sorry, I do want to say that learner voice is really important, and we have identified that through our career technical education partners, such as Advanced CTE. They have a model of how to engage learner voice and what to do, not just a survey asking how they feel kind of thing, but what they do is youth participation and action research. And they are assigned a mentor who helps them develop high quality surveys and does the research in order to collect the information. But that's not where they stop. Once they collect the information, then they have to establish and possibly do a project or encourage them to implement, deliver, maybe change policy and whatnot. So it's not just kids meeting, it's actually them actually doing work in order to make the changes that are necessary. So I have a group of students that are participating right now in this pilot project. Their topic is understanding what the comprehensive local needs assessment, how it aligns to labor market information, and what is the role and responsibility of a student in this process. And so that is the project that they're taking on right now so that we can determine if this is a model for how we collect learner voice and what they do about the research that they collect. In addition, we have a CT advisory board where we do have students that are representative of our board, but as I have found in the past that their voice is still kind of not heard. They show up to the meetings. And so what I have asked my board to do is create a student committee where we are going to go around the state and determine who can represent each district. And what we are looking for is, yes, we want some of the best, but we also want some of those students that are disengaged to wonder why, why are you not engaging in CTE? Why are you not engaging in a CTSO? Why do you not want to work? So we have to have representation, I think, across the board from those different areas of, disengaged youth, top of the top, English language learners, and so forth, so that we can get a good representation of, their feedback.
Thank you, Brucey. Dr. Scott?
Yes, thank you so much. I think this is a great idea. It's innovative, and it's absolutely needed. I would be remiss if I didn't advocate for individuals with disabilities and having equitable representation for students with disabilities as well, and that we're intentional about it. And so, to have that level of representation, given, of course, I'm also the DVR director, and knowing that there's, the evidence is replete that suggests that folks in pre-employment transition services aren't feeling as engaged. So this would be a great opportunity to engage that population. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner
Sanchez?
Hi, thank you. And let me say that I 100% love the idea of engaging the youth. I think the one question I have is going to be, how do we work on this while we're also engaging with PED? Because, PED has its own programs, and maybe I'm just not fully informed, but it sure seems like we've been so siloed between the different departments that, we need some coordination to make sure that the are together, because while there is CTE at various points across the state, I think it's a big part. I think here in Indiana County, I don't see how we connect the two. Engaging the youth to get into CTE or career pathways is a very important thing in order to not just make sure that they are fully engaged and getting connected with career pathways, but also working to build that workforce in our local communities. But I love the idea of engaging the youth and trying to find ways that we can continue to do that.
Thank you, Commissioner. You broke up a little bit, but I think we got most of your comments. I think some of the important work that the committee will need to figure out is, just as you mentioned, how to break some of those silos. I think in the conversation here, we're already discovering that there are a lot of entities that are doing similar work. And so rather than repeating something that everybody else has done, maybe figuring out what's out there and trying to coordinate that engagement with youth. So, maybe that just feeds into what the youth committee will then report to us. But I think that'll be the work of the committee. Any other comments? Yes, Secretary.
Thank you. So yes, I agree. There's always more coordination to be done. I think between Breezy and Scott and Jennifer Duredden, who's our joint, we have actually a joint shared employee. We probably work closer with PED than we ever have before, but of course there's always room to improve that. But I just wanted to raise also that we have on the housing and homelessness side, we have a federal grant where we've established, and they all have acronyms, YABs, Youth Advisory Boards. And because they're made up of youth who are experiencing housing instability, what we actually did is make them pre-apprentices through our pre-apprenticeship program at the department, which allows us to pay them for their participation and to include training that they can get as part of their service on the youth advisory board. So that might be a model that we want to look at here so that we can get youth who can't afford to just volunteer more time for whatever reason, and we can maybe target a little more of those disconnected youth for this committee.
Thank you. Great suggestion. Anybody else? Okay, I'm not hearing or seeing any, so, to establish the committee, we'll need an action by the board. So is there a motion to create a youth committee?
Motion to establish a
Thank you.
second that.
And a second by Beth. Any questions or comments? All right, then in the room, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and then for all those online, let's do a roll call vote, please.
Casey Durant,
Aye.
Rebecca Estrada,
Aye.
Carlos Romero,
Yes.
and I believe very somebody then. Gabriel Larson,
Aye.
and Miguel. Just step back. No, she's not, she'll say. Stephen Scott,
Yes.
Manuel Sanchez,
Yes.
Randy Gutierrez,
Yes.
Patrick Gannon,
Yes.
did I miss anyone online?
Nikki Kozlowski, yes.
All right. All right, thank you, everybody. The youth committee has been approved. Could I get a show of hands if anybody here in the room is interested to participate on that committee? All right. And then for those of you online, if you could put your name in the chat or something, we'll get that down.
Question
Oh, do we have a question?
from Gabriel Esparza.
Or are you just volunteering, Gabriel?
I'm
Looks like a
volunteering.
Okay, thank you. All right. So we'll get those names and set up the first meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, let's move on to NMDW.
Great, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll just start by talking a little bit about transition because we just came out of our leadership retreat to talk about, our plans for the new administration and how we make sure that we don't lose any of all the great momentum that we have. And so we'll make a full presentation of that at our November board meeting, and we'll have a transition plan and a legacy document, all that good stuff to share with you. But I think what I really wanted to share here was how critical the board is going to be in maintaining some of that continuity and being some of that memory as the leadership transitions. And also just a theme that really came across when we met as a leadership team was how much faith and confidence we have in the career staff at our department and the middle management and their ability to carry on the mission and carry on the day-to-day work. So we're feeling pretty good, I think, coming out of that retreat about not losing any of the momentum and the progress that we've made in the past 4 and 8 years. We also have some tentative approval on our budget, so I'll make sure to share that out as we get that finalized. But we were authorized, at least with the administration, to ask for a renewal of things like the funding for the local boards that made up the gap of what they lost in the WIOA defunding process. And so I think that was great news as well. And we're also going to be asking for pre-apprenticeship to become a permanent part of our recurring budget. So that's also really exciting. And, on the federal side, because I've been giving federal updates, I mean, there's not really anything new that's the same old in terms of, all these proposals that are going to float around and not really go anywhere. And we're not really anticipating a budget to be passed in a timely fashion. So that's actually not bad news for this agency because we're staying flat was not an option in any of the budgets, House, Senate, or executive. So probably no news is good news in terms of the feds at this point. They're mostly focused on auditing everything, including audits. So that's mostly what we spend our time on now with the feds, rather than, creating new stuff, but it's okay. I was also gonna give a labor force participation study presentation, but I think what I'd like to do is just give the first 2 slides and then organize a webinar so that we can spend time, because I have 28 slides and I'm not gonna, we're not gonna do that. Okay. But I also don't want to miss the chance to go in depth because it's come up already like 5 times today. So I'll do is I'll give you a little teaser of this, and then we'll do a webinar format, and we can record that as well for people to share it at their own time if that's okay. So thank you, Monica, for putting up the slides. If you don't mind going to the next one. So the way this came about was in the last fiscal year 2026, so the 25 legislative session. We got an appropriation of one-time money, $750,000 to do some detailed work into why we have historically had the lowest labor force participation rate in the country. And for those who are new to that term, that is the number of people employed plus the number of people who are unemployed and looking for work, that those are considered participating and everybody else is not participating. It's ages 18 to 65 and non-institutionalized population. So when the feds don't really do a lot of why in their survey data that gives us this labor force participation rate, and when you look at the one question that they sort of ask why, about 10% say because they're taking care of family, about 10% say they're not qualified for any job, about 10% of them say they're going back to school, and then another 10% say it's their health, and then 60% say other. So we thought, that's always a good sign that we need to do more research when the number one answer is other. It doesn't really tell you anything. So we put out an RFP. It was awarded to Boston Consulting Group, which is a national firm, and together with Rachel and our economic research and analysis team, they really worked hard on this, got a survey of over 1,200 people who, and that was weeding out, the first questions were, do you have a job? Are you currently employed? So we weeded out the people who are in the labor force participation rate. And so that was a really great number. And they did a number of statewide focus groups in person as well. They looked at the data. Then they did all kinds of fancy math and really came up with a lot of interesting insights. So if we go one more slide, I'll go over, because it has the top findings and they're in a really small font, but I'll do more reading than I normally do. But the first thing, and I think this is really important, is, just the fact that people were not participating in the labor force was not necessarily that they were unable or unwilling. And when we looked at aggregating all of the answers and the supports that people need in order to participate, if we could provide those supports, 79% of disengaged New Mexicans said they could work with those supports, which would put us far above the national average if we engage those 79% of the disengaged population. We also know that there are more people working than the official stat suggests. We kind of already knew that. This is survey-based data. It does align pretty well to wage data, but again, wage data doesn't include anybody who's self-employed or who's doing gig work or informal economy. But while that's true, you have to remember the labor force participation rate is calculated the same in every state. So that's true in every state. So it may just be the amount by which we are lagging other states, but I don't think it really changes our ranking. They kind of asked a whole bunch of questions, gave a whole bunch of options on why people weren't working or what they could work if they had, sort of like, what do you need to go to work? And it breaks down into sort of 8 clumps, but almost half the people said if they had the basics, so housing, transportation, those kinds of structural barriers, no jobs in my area. If we were able to fix those things, then almost half of those people felt like they could at least do some work, even if not full time. And then the next largest group were 36% of people who said that they would work if there were better wages or better benefits or a more flexible work schedule. And you heard the mayor talk about that, I think that the fact is that's just here to stay. I mean, this is a feature of our population now that's not going anywhere. And so it was interesting because better wages, I was like, I've never met the person who's not working, but they would work if they got more money because we all need money, right? But I think what we learned was, especially in the oil patch, there are, like, this was really resonating with some of the people we talked to, like at the Chambers of Commerce and Leonetti counties, that they know that there are people who are just riding out the cycle, right? They're waiting. If they lost their job at a high point in the oil and gas cycle, they're just gonna wait until they get to the next high point, and they're not gonna work for less money. So that was really surprising and interesting to me, but also the benefits and the caregiving. And what it showed is, while we've had a lot of conversation in New Mexico about sort of episodic leave, right? Like 12 weeks of parental leave or 12 weeks of caregiver leave. That's not what these folks were talking about. They were talking about forever, or for the foreseeable future, I have someone I need to take care of, or I need to take care of my own health. And that's going to require a permanent change to my working hours. And so, you know, this has really led us in the direction of what support can we give to employers so that they can really start to retool and restructure the way they think about their workforce and their hours and their shifts and their skills. And they call it, like, job segmentation is a hot word in this area now. So that's where that sort of 36% conversation led us to. And then 17% were people who had small d disabilities or health conditions, which was, and I think a lot of these folks, because they're considered in this population, they are not necessarily qualifying for programs that are focused on people with disabilities. They may not even be getting Social Security disability income, but for whatever reason, they've got these long-term health concerns, and that is going to be a real challenge, absent actually improving our healthcare system. That's going to be a real challenge to be able to get those people to work. But maybe if there were more remote work possibilities and those kinds of things, it might help. So they identified basically these 6 primary support areas. It's the flexible jobs that include the remote, hybrid, and ADA accessible jobs, access to healthcare, higher wages, more training, rental assistance, so working on a housing stability. This report was actually a really great endorsement of us having the Office of Housing in the Department of Workforce Solutions, because it's clear the links between those 2 things. And then expanded broadband, which is coming, and, you know, we're on the front line of that. But I think there's also that next step, right? Okay, now you have the internet in a community where you didn't before. Now we got to make sure we train people on how to use it, and then that they're aware of the opportunities that come with that. That might include telehealth. So all these things are very much connected. So just in the interest of time, I'm going to stop there, but we will get a webinar on the books, and we'll have lots of time to have question and answer. If we need to do 2, we can, and we'll record it as well. But I just wanted to shout out our economic research and analysis group, because they really took the laboring more in this, and our consultants at BCG also did a great job and really learned about our state. They didn't just sit in the office and do something generic. This was really specific to our state. And having completed this, it really puts us on the forefront of states. Most states haven't asked these questions yet, let alone answered them. So I think as we roll this out, a lot of states are maybe gonna look to us and see, okay, you were the first to identify the problems, how are you gonna fix them? So that'll be the work of this department in the next coming years. So thank you.
Me too.
Thank you. Any questions for the secretary on those items?
This is Beth. I do have one. This is interesting talking about this because I was at a meeting last night in Deming. It was primarily about CTE, but they did have some local business owners there. And I wondered if part of this report was going to be anything about the assistance for employers, because what they said, why they can't hire people want to work there at Luna, but they don't have the money to hire them. So like the one woman was a coffee shop owner, and she's like, I would hire more, but I just don't. And so I recommended she go to SWDB and talk to them, because they're a small business. But is that part of this report, like the rural areas and the smaller businesses as well?
For sure. Yeah, great question, Beth. We actually have some best practices from other states that are in the longer presentation, but one of them was a program that offered micro grants to employers to be able to provide the supports to their employees. So, transportation, for example, in rural communities, a huge thing. And I think, at least in my head, I've been like, okay, so does that mean we have to build a regional transit system? That seems really hard. But what they did was, they gave grants to employers, just you get your people to work. And if everybody, more and more people are engaged in getting transportation for their own employees, and then maybe there's some pooling of, all the coffee shops and stuff on Main Street or bringing people to where they need to be. They've seen some success there. So absolutely, that is definitely part of what we talked about.
Thank you.
So, because I saw Luna, I've been serving Luna for the last, year and a half. And, I represent Southern New Mexico in my job, and yes, transportation number one. But I have clients that live in Columbus and they want to work in Deming, but the last bus stop is at 2 p.m. So they can only work part-time because of, they don't want to lose the SSI. And Dr. Scott can, help me with this across the state that we have that issue. So what it has been working out for me is I set up, staffing to get those individuals to get to their job. But it's hard because how can I serve 75 clients when there's only 5 or 6 of us and we serve all Southern New Mexico? So I do think that maybe expand, I think there's a lack of collaboration between agencies because everybody, I see, because I work with all agencies, right? So I see everybody having their resources, but putting them together and educating the employers. Because I think the biggest thing that I have has been on my favor is telling them about the tax incentive. They're like, oh, tell me more. And then, okay, I'll hire them, but I still have a hard time. And this is why I asked to be part of this board and and the research are there and they're getting better. But I don't know how to help Deming anymore when most of my clients are in Columbus and I can't get them to get from Columbus to Deming or to even get hired. Where I have clients right now that they have an amazing relationship with the workforce, but and she applied for 8 jobs in the last 3 months, but they won't hire her because they need someone to stay after 5 p.m. and I can't provide that service anymore. So right now we're stuck. I'm like, I'm not saying it's impossible because it's not. I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think that definitely comes across in this work, and I think some of these wins are self-inflicted because through funding, we create programs that have very specific people who are eligible for them, or we create a transportation program, but you have to use the type of vehicle that requires a CDL. And like, okay, do you want to drive a bus of people from Columbus to Deming, or do you want to, work at an construction industry is going to pay you a lot more? Like, these are all choices that we're making. And so I think one of the things that this board can especially continue to do is advocate when we get state, we can't control the feds and their over-engineered programs, but we can convince the state, when you give us money, make it open-ended, let us buy gas cards, let us do the things we know work. So that we don't have to, so then we really can collaborate rather than us sitting there and saying, okay, well, who are the 6 people who fall in the middle of the Venn diagram between, Dr. Scott's programs and we or adult, right? So I think that's a really important role that this board can play.
I agree.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Secretary. Veronica, you want to talk about federal performance indicators negotiation?
Yes. This is Veronica again. While Monica pulls up the performance negotiations, and so under the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, states are required to negotiate performance goals with the U.S. Department of Labor to ensure that federal workforce investment produce measurable results for job seekers, workers, employers, and communities. And so we engaged in our performance negotiations about a month ago. And so these are the new performance negotiated levels for PY26 and PY27. The negotiated process allows us as a state and DOL to establish realistic and meaningful performance targets that reflect local, regional labor market conditions. So these are all the factors and things that we looked at to negotiate with Department of Labor. They came prepared with their performance that they wanted us to have, and we came prepared with our performance that we thought we could met. And so we happily meet in the middle. And it's based on local, regional labor market conditions. It's based on economic conditions, workforce needs. It's based on what we know that the local workforce boards are doing and trying to do. The characteristics and the barriers of the populations that we're trying to serve. I hope no one falls. The resources available to support and the resources available to support programs and services. So compared to what our previous negotiations were, I'll just touch on a few of them. So we negotiate for our adult dislocated worker and youth. The measures that we're negotiating are the employment rate second quarter after exit, employment rate fourth quarter after exit, median earnings. In the second quarter after exit, the credential attainment rate, which is what Beth was talking about earlier, and the measurable skills gain, which she also mentioned earlier. So compared to what we were our current measure is, which at our next state board meeting, we will present our final PY 25 measures. So for some of them, we stayed the same. We have some that we actually went lower in. So like for the adult, currently we were at 81%. We went down 79. Median earnings always goes up. That never goes down. So in each of the programs, you'll see that. But focusing on the credential attainment rate and the measurable skills gain, we went up. Credential attainment rate, we stayed the same 70%, but where we went up was measurable skills gain. We were at 70 and now we're going to be at 75. And you'll see that within the dislocated worker and the youth program, our measurable skills gain is up more than what we were currently. So any questions?
Chairman, thank you. This is great. I'm just curious, can we see these measurable outcomes in comparison to our surrounding states? Is that something we could ever look at?
Yep. And in the data and performance committee, we want to know, we meaning us as staff would like to know what type of data and performance would you all like to see presented at these meetings. And so that's a discussion we can continue to have, but we starting this new program year now, we know what our measures are. We can go back and we can do an historical look. I will say that we are probably not as a state going to meet our measurable skills gain. And so that's definitely a focus that we're gonna have this next year with our local boards.
It would be great to see them in comparison to the states that we measure our unemployment rate and some of our, labor market review. Just, I don't know if there's a trend anywhere, but it'd be nice to know. Yeah.
And then so this leads into, this was a 2-year cycle to have to do the negotiations. So we do that as part of the state plan modification. And so we have all been anxiously waiting the 90 days from DOL to know if our state plan modification was approved, and it was approved. So we received that notification the 29th of July. Within that state plan modification, there was also some waivers that we had asked for, and we did receive approval of 5 out of the 7 waivers that we submitted. And those 5 are program related. So it's really gonna impact the services that are being provided by to businesses, to the youth that we're serving. So we're really happy that those 5 were approved for program related services.
Before you move on, this is Beth. On the median earnings, I might have missed it when you said, what time period is that for? Is that for a whole year?
Yes.
And is that just like are being covered by Leola, or is that their total earnings for the whole year?
So
How's
I can explain that at another day. I don't want to just explain that today. But how that measure is figured is they take the middle wages of, so everyone in the middle. So that's where that number is coming from. So we're looking at historical data, we're looking at basically we're looking at all the historical data to negotiate that measure. So there's a what is the tool called? Carolyn? SAM. It's a SAM. It's a statistical model that's used to determine how we negotiate each of these measures.
Okay.
The median earnings will follow the second program exit, so it may not always fall within that same program year. You might have some carryover, but that's how you.
Is that just for the quarter though, or it's for, yeah, it's just for the quarter?
Oh, and that's what I was asking, for the year. I was good. Okay, good.
Any other questions? All right, well, kudos, especially on the state plan modification.
Yes.
A lot of work went into that. All right, now, workforce Pell updates. Scott?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, High State Board, Scott Bruginski, Deputy Secretary. And we are in the final stages of approving our new workforce Pell system in New Mexico and getting it initiated underway here in the state. It's very exciting. As you heard from me at the last meeting in May, we had a long discussion about this new system. Just quick reminder, the Congress initiated this program back in a year ago, July of 25. And the intent is to provide financial aid to students from the federal level for short-term industry recognized credentials and short-term programs in higher education, pretty much 8 to 14 weeks. So it's a very select, small number, short number of hours. And right now, the reason why I think Congress and the administration wanted to do this was because currently Pell Grants can only support degree-related programs for students, not credentials that aren't degrees. So this is a huge impact for workforce development in New Mexico. And we've been real excited and grateful for our collaboration, the DWS collaboration with the Higher Education Department. HED has kind of taken the lead on it, and we've been authentically collaborating with them and want to thank HED, Secretary Stephanie Rodriguez and Amber Gallup, who's here today, as well as some other key staff there, including their academic affairs and data analysts and financial aid staff, as well as some of the strong data groups and their deputy secretary as well, Patricia Trujillo, and just also thank Secretary Nair, Deputy Secretary Martinez, and our research director, Rachel Moskowitz, have all been involved, and I think it's been a really good process. So I want to just give a relatively short overview of it. The programs, states were allowed to start these programs on July 1st, just a little over a month ago. And so about a month in, we're just about ready, and we have gotten some great input from what other states are doing by talking with other states, by being on calls with them throughout these last several months, working closely with the National Governors Association and other national groups to hear what the federal government, the U.S. Department of Education is expecting and allowing under their final rule. We have, in the last week, gone live with a website, a web page on the Higher Education Department's website that will go through all the different issues and options on how to apply. And we're going to link to that web page from the DWS website also. Also live is an application form that will allow higher education programs to apply for being eligible. And the next few days, hopefully probably early next week, we'll have a memo from Secretary Nair and Secretary Rodriguez to the public about these issues, so we should be looking for that soon. And some of this, as I mentioned last time, it's by federal law, requires state workforce boards involvement and consultation to provide input on every program who applies. And that goes along with the two department staff will look at it. Then we're looking at a ad hoc committee of this board to take a look at it, and then there'll be some communication from this committee to the full board, and then it will go to the governor's office after that consultation is done. And then the governor or her designee will approve or not approve, maybe send it back to the applicant regarding their eligibility. And then once that program is approved within the state by the governor or her designee, then it goes to the U.S. Department of Education for their final approval. So I'll go into that a little bit. I want to start with just showing you all the website. And Monica, you could bring that up, that'd be great.
I didn't want to interrupt, but as of 4:25, we no longer have a quorum. Okay. Does that mean we can still discuss, they just can't vote? Okay.
So Monica just bringing up the website. Here it is. As I said, we'll be linking to this from the GWS site as well. If you scroll down a little bit, please. Goes over the history and the goals, as I mentioned before, and the benefits, and each student's going to have a different benefit based on their Pell eligibility. And as you can see right here, there's a link to apply. Right now, if you click on that link, it's only going to be, you'll see it's only going to be accessible by higher education programs, and they'll have particular credentials to get in. So as you can see, they have an account, they'll have an account where they can get one, and then put all that in, and then they'll go through the whole form, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. Please pull down a little bit. So it starts by going over the program eligibility, as I said, 8 to 14 weeks, different number of hours. It's pretty short term. These programs have to be offered by a Title IV eligible institution, with Title IV of the Higher Education Act, and that they have to meet particular completion, job placement, and value added earnings requirements. They have to show us, actually, they have to show the state and ultimately the federal government, these programs, that they are meeting in the first few years, the completion and job placement rates 70%. And if they can't show that, they're not eligible. And as it says here, governors in consultation with all state workforce boards throughout in all states have to approve these programs. The state board does not have to approve, but they have to consult. And first of all, they have to prepare students for high skill, high wage, or in demand occupations or sectors. That's they only have to meet one of those, not all of them, and align with employer hiring needs. And so those definitions, you'll see them in just a minute, and that they have to lead to stackable and portable recognized post-secondary credentials or credentials required for employment, and then provide pathways in the future certificate degree programs that can transfer academic credit. And as I said a second ago, the Department of Education has to review completion and placement rates. The value added earnings also have to be shown, but that's not going to be calculated for a few more years. So it's a pretty complicated, semi-complicated formula, and eventually programs will have to show those value added earnings to be eligible too. If you could click on the application. Thank you. And so this is what I was just saying. It's basically just a form, and Monica will bring that up in just a few minutes. And then if you go down next, definitions. We started talking about this a little bit at the last state board meeting. Since then, the departments have come up with these definitions of high skill occupations. And as you can see, These are occupations that have typical education needed for entry higher than a high school diploma or equivalent, or an occupation that has a typical education needed for a high school diploma or equivalent, and typical on-the-job training of moderate term on-the-job training, long-term on-the-job training apprenticeship or internship residency. High wage occupations are defined pretty simply as those that have a median wage that's greater than or equal to the median wage across all occupations within the state. That is what almost every state that we've talked to, how they're defining it as well. High wage sectors are industries at the 2 or 3 digit NAICS codes that have an average weekly wage that's greater than or equal to the average weekly wage across all industries in the state. In-demand occupations are those that have projected annual openings greater than or equal to the openings of at least 75% of all occupations for the metropolitan statistical area or workforce region, and that have a projected percentage growth of employment that's higher than or equal to the average percentage growth for all occupations in the area. And we've done some calculations for that. We have a list. And what we've heard at a recent meeting that some higher education staff went to, HED staff went to, is that most states are putting those occupations on the website. And so we will be doing that too, probably starting next week. But Rachel does have that list of those occupations. The in-demand sectors are those that are identified in our WIOA state plan or identified as regional priority through the CTE, Community Local Needs Assessment, that you heard Breezy talk about earlier. So there are several other sectors that those regions have. And we'll be listing, you can see the links under that, and those will, we'll be linking to those documents, both to our state plan summary and the CLNA regional priorities. Then, yeah, thank you. We've developed a frequently asked question document too. Our 2 departments have come up with this. Again, some of it I've already gone over. And then there's some other questions there about what happens after they get certification, how the U.S. Department of Education has to approve it, how an institution applies. If you could scroll down a little bit, please. Oh yeah, and how I mentioned the ward mounts will vary, and that there's some rules related to Pell that it counts toward a student's lifetime Pell eligibility. And the institution has to supply this data that they're meeting completion employment job placement rates. And there has to be at least 30 program completers in that higher ed program in a cohort. And once the federal program is approved, they can start advertising it. So these are detailed questions. We'll be adding to this as we get more questions, and definitely welcome yours to add to it. If you scroll a little bit down, please. And then we just list some resources and contacts. So there's some great national resources that we've relied on here, both from the feds, from other states, and mostly from national advocacy organizations that are really, really helpful going through this. And then just we provide our own emails under contacts. So then if you could pull up that PDF, please, Monica. This is the application itself. And if you scroll down a little bit, your basic stuff about the program, a little bit more, please. They have to provide their CIP SIP code and where you can find out more information, how many weeks, etc. These are the same eligibility standards I went over a minute ago. A little bit further, please. And then you have to be each program has to have been operated for at least a year. So they can't have made any changes, and they can't have operated for less than a year. But the program in the form that it's applying has to have been at least in one around for 1 year. A little bit further, please. And so we ask them, is it offered for academic credit? And all these, and we talk about the conditions in which it's eligible. And then on number 10 there, the proposed credit articulation. That can go for a further, says it's kind of a stackability and portability. And leading to career pathways or post-secondary credentials. If it's with other credentials, this is all required in federal law. Further down, please. And the 12. And the criteria described in eligibility in the previous 12 months. The other issue, question 13, the state legislature passed there was a budget item in the HB2 back in 2024 that prohibits higher ed programs that are receiving federal financial aid. That's all it says, but this workforce Pell is federal financial aid for students. If you receive it, you can't be eligible for workforce row funding, which a lot of higher ed programs use for workforce credentials. So this is this one provision, this state legislatively enacted provision may and probably will limit the number of higher ed programs that will want to apply initially. So we really are anticipating a small number of programs applying in the short term. And it's because of this, how the legislature approaches this provision in the future. There may be some conversations about it, but it is a bit of a hindrance to, or maybe a disincentive for programs to apply for workforce Pell. And then as I said before, programs have to provide information about the outcomes of their participants and their programs. And so in order to do that, they must provide social security numbers. And we say that right here as well. Then if you scroll down a little bit. And written agreements that govern it. And then there's a federal provision in the rules that eligible programs cannot partner with an entity to provide the instruction or the curricula for these programs more than 25% of it, or it's ineligible. So they can't partner with non-eligible programs like private institutions. So there's been a lot of pushback on that, but they held firm the administration on this restriction. Go down a little bit further. And this is the cost. This is going to have to be calculated when the median earnings are reported. So we need to know the actual cost going.
Yes, can you talk a bit about what the work of the ad hoc committee is going to be doing?
They will be, when a program applies, the initial review of this application will be done by staff at HEB and DWS to see if they're meeting these criteria. And then once it's determined by the staff that they are meeting it, there will then be a discussion with an ad hoc committee of the State Workforce Board. And that committee will include members of the board, as well as some other workforce specialists. And this isn't going to be a huge committee, but manageable, and then some higher education specialists as well. That have typically some statewide reach. Then when that consultation occurs and the questions are answered reasonably to people's satisfaction, it will then go to the governor's office, the governor or designee. And then once the governor or her designee approves it, then it will go to the U.S. Department of Education. For each program application that's involved in consultation with the committee will then send the information to the full state workforce board for your all's review as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a question because I know that was an action item for tonight, today. Since we lost quorum, for an ad hoc committee, do we need a board approval? Or is that something that the chair can do?
Then we find in the bylaws.
Okay, because I couldn't remember for the participant entrance. If we did that. So is this something where we could have like an informal committee? Kind of meet and start getting some work done, and then at the next meeting, because I'd hate to lose these months in between now and November.
Thank you for that. That would, yeah, I think, you think so, Secretary. An informal committee would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I looked at the bylaws and it just says the board shall establish, so I agree with the team that without clarification, that means we gotta take a vote, but I also agree that we can just do an informal committee and get the ball rolling.
Something that live with the education and workforce committee until.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. How do you feel about that?
We've talked about
Yeah,
that
this-
before, so if the secretary and deputy secretary are okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as long as we'll probably need to add a few more higher education specialists to that, is to, part of maybe a subcommittee of the committee or I guess, or to that committee, I guess. For these purposes.
Okay,
We can figure that out.
all right. Yeah, because I don't want to lose the time. But
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I mean, we can certainly do that pretty quickly. I think if we're talking about putting it in the education, is that what I heard correctly? Is the Education and Workforce Committee is where it's gonna go?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Temporarily.
In the short term.
Temporarily. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, right? I was in higher ed for 20+ years before moving over to this gig and still work with 6 regional institutions. So I think we've got some quick folks we could contact if we needed to get some people together.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being willing to take that on.
We've had some great conversations with the higher education department and about their recommendations for who would be a few good representatives. And so, and then we've had some other discussions among workforce and industry leaders and just adding them to the Education Workforce Committee for now. And then maybe at the next meeting, we could do a formal addition.
Yeah, we'll get you some numbers on that.
That would be, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I don't think you'll have a shortage for people who are willing to and want to participate. I just think it'll be a matter of how do we get it together and make sure we're meeting bylaw requirements.
Yeah. Okay, are there any questions for Scott? Any online? Secretary?
I just wanted to underline one of the things Scott said, which had to do with the workforce grow, which was that 3-year money for non-credit bearing and industry recognized, non-credit bearing certificates and industry recognized credentials. So the higher ed will be going back to the legislature for that money again, because 3 years ends this year. I don't know if they're gonna ask for it as part of their base budget recurring or whether they're gonna ask for 3 more years, but what we don't want is this sort of narrative of like, well, there's federal workforce Pell now, so we don't need the state program. Okay, I would describe workforce Pell as good, not great. It's not gonna be a whole ton of money, and it's not gonna have the flexibility that the grow money has in terms of being able to be used for internships and apprenticeships. I know Coda here has used the money to do these rapidly constructed programs, right? Where they can be really responsive to the needs of an employer. Can't do that if you gotta sit with this committee process for like 6 months. And so we really don't wanna lose that grow money, and we all know that understandably, every state, when they see an opportunity to replace state money with federal money, they're gonna go for it. So we wanna make sure that that doesn't become the story here, and I think part of it is showing what a great job HED and everyone and all the educational institutions have done in deploying the GROW, and then also highlighting all of this bureaucracy and all of the record keeping. And if any, I haven't done FAFSA since my daughter graduated many years ago, but it was terrible. I mean, it was like one of the worst processes I've ever experienced from bureaucracy. So I think that in itself is a barrier that doesn't exist with workforce growth. So for those who will continue to be on this board and having those conversations with the legislature, let's just make sure we get the best of both and not end up picking one or the other.
Secretary Mayor, thank you for saying that, because I think that is true. Looking at that, even programs that, I mean, if you can't use this, a program that hasn't been established for 12 months, but it's a very condensed time frame. Like, does that qualify? Or, I mean, it's like looking at that, I could see an institution be like, I don't know that we're gonna qualify for any of this ever. So, yeah, I think it's very, again, federal government, and that's just like, we're gonna help, be able to do this program. You're like, no, that actually is not, this is not helpful whatsoever. So I think we really need to grow, programming, so.
Yeah, and I know that Amber has had to drop off, but I'm fairly sure, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong about this, those IETs and some of those programs that we've seen have a lot of success out of that area are not eligible for workforce pay because they're not on that credit bearing, or they're not that whatever 8 to however many weeks. So I think loss of grow would just hinder access and actually start to shrink opportunities as opposed to grow them, for lack of a better word.
All right, any final questions, comments? Yes, sir.
Yeah, and just to amplify, to build on what Secretary Nyer said, is that there's a lot of less flexibility in workforce Pell. And the number of hours that I mentioned is one, as you said, the funding itself, this meeting very, very specific and detailed performance outcomes, and that using the two together will probably be helpful. And as you said, Secretary, it'd be really important that be communicated to lawmakers when this is revisited. So it's just the last thing is that there's some opportunities for providers who are on the eligible training provider list to have some a little bit of a leg up if they're eligible, and there may be some opportunities to expedite their eligibility depending on how many hours they are by their program for. So we look at this as a really great opportunity, and just appreciate everyone's engagement and involvement of the State Workforce Board. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. All right, moving on to chair and board comments. Any comments from the board? All right, I'm not hearing or seeing any, and I don't have any. Let's move on to public comment. Do we have anybody?
No public comments.
No public comment. All right. Well, technically, once we lost quorum, we are adjourned, but just wanted to thank everybody for your time. And as always, what we are doing here makes a difference. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, I guess I do have comments. We have some thank you cards moving around. Thank you over here. So people on this side, if you could sign up.
Oh, you should.
And then November 5th, Silver City. We'll see you all there.
We have the last one of this administration, so we hope to see you all there.
We'll make it a big party.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay. I'll see you soon. Thank
And
you.
hopefully it won't be 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Right.
Safe travels, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, sorry, I know we're adjourned. Sorry, I know we're adjourned, but you, are wanting to be reimbursed for the bag and then travel. Yeah.
Everybody contact, if you want per diem and mileage.
Yes, we need to fill out whether it's a yes or a no. So please do that before you leave.